Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. My dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is class 12th, subject economics. Dear students, the topic which I am going to teach you today is law of diminishing marginal utility. Dear students, as earlier in the previous lecture, you have learned the concept of marginal utility, and today we will discuss and understand the concept with the help of a diagram. Dear students, look at the table as I have shown here. In this table, we will consider a person who is going to eat pieces of bread one after another. Dear students, as we know, when a person is in need of anything, he remains eager when he will get that particular thing. Similarly, we have illustrated here that a person starts eating pieces of bread. Dear students, of course, when he will eat first piece of bread, he will get a great pleasure. By the time when he starts to eat second piece of bread, the edge of appetite would have been blended. यानी कि जब वो दूसरा ब्रेड पीस खाना शुरू करेगा, जो इसकी ज़रूरत की शिद्दत थी, यानी कि भूख की जो शिद्दत थी, वो किसी हद तक पहले ब्रेड पीस की वजह से थोड़ी कम हुई होगी. Thus the second piece of bread with less urgent want would yield less satisfaction to the consumer. Similarly, the satisfaction of the third piece of bread will be less than that of second one and so on. यानी कि जितने भी ब्रेड पीसेस वो एक के बाद दूसरा खाना शुरू करेगा, जो इसकी यूटिलिटी होगी वो कम होती जाएगी. Dear students, when we look at this table, we see that the marginal utility goes on decreasing with every consecutive piece of bread. However, the total utility goes on increasing. जो total utility है वो increase तो होती जाती है, but at a diminishing rate. Dear students, but the question here arises, why marginal utility diminishes, or why the total utility increases at a diminishing rate? Dear students, the answer here is simple. That is, the more we have of anything, the less we want of additional increment of it. It's a natural law. Or the more we want not to have additional increment of it. कि जितनी भी किसी चीज़ की कसरत हमारे पास होगी, उतनी ही चाहत हमें उसकी कम होती जाएगी. Dear students, therefore we can say that the additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase of his stock of a thing diminishes with every increase in the stock that he has already. प्यारे बच्चों, हमें ये बात याद रखनी चाहिए कि जब कोई कंज्यूमर कोई चीज़ खरीदता है, तो ये बात उसके दिमाग में गूंजती रहती है कि वो इस चीज़ के लिए कितनी कीमत अदा करता है और कितनी यूटिलिटी हासिल करता है. So a consumer will continue its purchase till marginal utility equals the price. In other words, we can say that a consumer will exchange its money for units of any commodity up to that extent where he would realize that marginal utility which he gets from the consumption of any good is equal to the money price which he pays for that particular good. So from the given table we can see that where the consumer will stop. Surely it will depend upon the price. For example, if the price of per piece of bread is 6 rupees, then he will stop at fifth point. Here he will stop at fifth point. Similarly, if the price of per bread piece is 11 rupees, then he will stop at fourth point, because here price and marginal utility will get equated with each other. So if the price of per piece of bread is 11 rupees, then certainly our consumer, this hypothetical consumer, will stop at fourth point. However, if they are free, then he will go on consuming till additional utility comes to zero. अगर ये ब्रेड पीसेस फ्री हैं, हमारे कंज्यूमर को कोई कीमत ही नहीं चुकानी पड़ती है इन पीस ऑफ ब्रेड के लिए, तो वो इनको हासिल करता जाएगा। कब तक? जब तक उसकी यूटिलिटी जो है, उसकी जो एडिशनल यूटिलिटी है, वो जीरो तक पहुंच जाएगी। बट फ्रॉम here our hypothetical consumer will not go beyond this point. मगर अगर ये फ्री भी होंगे, फिर भी हमारा कंज्यूमर इज जीरो, यानी कि after the sixth piece of bread he will not eat further more, or he will not purchase further more. Why? Because from here the consumer will not get utility. Instead of it, he will the result will be disutility. Thus our consumer will stop at a point where the price and the marginal utility are just equal. We can also derive a mathematical formula for a marginal utility, which is as marginal utility is equal to change in total utility divided by change in quantity consumed. Dear students, this was all about the law of diminishing marginal utility. We can also sketch the given information on the graph, where you will see that the marginal utility curve slopes downwards from left to right, which indicates that as the quantity of the commodities with the consumer increases, its marginal utility decreases. I have also shown here the rough diagram of this marginal utility curve. It slopes from here from left to right, that is from upward movement to downward movement. That is why we say marginal utility curve slopes downwards from left to right. So it was all about today's topic. However, there are certain drawbacks of this law, that is law of diminishing returns. अगर हम देखेंगे, मैं आपको एक बता भी देता हूँ कि मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी जो है, जो ये लॉ है, लॉ ऑफ मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी, इन एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिस ये बहुत सी जगहों पर फेल होता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर हम पैसों की मिसाल लेंगे, इंसान के पास जितना भी पैसा होगा, जितना भी वेल्थ होगा, इंसान ये कभी नहीं चाहेगा कि इसको और वेल्थ की ज़रूरत नहीं है। The more money anyone have, the more money he wants. This is one of the drawback of this law of diminishing marginal utility. So it is all about today, and I will present the next topic in the next lecture. तब तक के लिए शुक्रिया। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़ नासिर।